Welcome to this edition of FYI. I'm TJ Weber, and with me today is Michael McGreal, the co-founder of Lumagram, the app. How you doing today, sir?
Awesome, man. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, I guess my first question, or I want you to just kind of explain, what your app's all about, and where you started with it, and how you got to where you are today.
Of course. I mean, Lumagram, the app, you hear a lot of people talking about their app today, and everyone's trying to create the next novelty app. Our app is really designed out of a real business problem. We're motion graphics artists, and we experience a supply and demand issue. And so our app is more of a workflow. It's solving workflow inefficiencies, kind of like Uber does in the sense where there was a supply and demand issue with taxis and people needing rides. So it's more of a workflow productivity kind of app, not necessarily a novelty or fun Flappy Bird kind of app.
How would you, define motion graphics in your own words, if you could really break it down for us?
In my eyes, there's really three main types. So there's living logos, one. So, everyone has their own logo, and how cool would it be if your logo was brought to life? There's micro videos, which are kind of like Instagram, social media is so huge right now. So if you can create some flashy, captivating motion graphics for Instagram, 15 seconds, when you're scrolling through your feed, you're captivated, it pops out at you. So that's really great, business value. And then third, finally, the highest level of motion graphics, in my opinion, is explainer videos. Mm-hmm. You go on websites, startups, products, they have, this 1 to 90 second video that explains their product quickly, succinctly. So it explains concepts simply. And that's kind of like the third one to me, but what we're focusing on is the first level, which is living logos, because it's simple and it's something that everyone can understand, your logo brought to life. But motion graphics as a whole is really just every image brought to life, and that's a wide array.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit more about Lumagram. Like, how was it born? I mean, who was it? Just you? Was it a partner you were with, kind of talking about, throwing ideas around it? Just kind of tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, for sure. It started in Tech Artista, which is a co-working space in the Central West End in St. Louis. And I was doing motion graphics, and I met this other illustrator who was just making beautiful graphics, and we just started making these together, and he was just doing logos, and I just started animating his logos, and it turned out that there was a real demand for this stuff. So we saw it as a way to introduce the majority of people to motion graphics, because you ask an average person what motion graphics is, they'd never tell you explainer video, all that stuff, like they don't even know. Sure. So to us, living logos are a way to simply introduce people to the art of motion graphics, and then hopefully funnel them into bigger trades like micro videos or explainer videos. So it was kind of born out of spontaneity. Mm-hmm. And then after validating it over and over, we attracted 2 other people to our team. And now, honestly, I think we have one of the strongest teams I've ever been a part of.
Now, what kind of companies so far, and what kind of individuals have you dealt with, I guess, that are really interested in your app and really interested in motion graphics?
Yeah, really a wide array of businesses. We've done some logos for tech experts on Google. We've done some logos for just local businesses, coffee shops that see the future, like see that it's a necessary trend. And wants to stay ahead of the curve.
I get it. Okay. So overall, how is this changing? With the constant changing of technology and stuff. How do you guys adapt to that constantly? I mean, do you update your app like every day, or how do you keep up with it?
Yeah, of course. We always pushing out updates, but really just trying to stay ahead of all trends. So anytime there's a new plugin, a new program that we can use to make our process more efficient, faster, we'll do that. And we're not afraid to explore crazy things. We're actually working on a sign right now, like a physical sign that you can put your digital Lumagrams on. So we're true to our core business, but we're always open to new ideas and exploring new possibilities, so we can stay ahead of the curve and provide value to our customers forever.
What has it taught you personally about entrepreneurship so far?
Man, that's a great question. I mean, really, I think the biggest lesson I've learned is the power of a small, scrappy team. Because I've worked on a ton of projects in my past, which have really prepared me for this company, by myself and with other people. But this is the first time where our core team of 4 people have been able to move so quickly. For example, when we first started the business, we bought a shot clock that said 30 days on it, and we told ourselves that in 30 days we were going to launch, no matter what, if we have a product or not. And we did it. We pulled a couple, late nights, all-nighters, but we got it done. And that's really the power of a small, scrappy team.
That's awesome. So do you want to grow it to more employees? Do you want to kind of be a wider spectrum across the nation? I mean, what is your overall goal?
Yeah, I mean, our overall goal is empowering people, you know, whether that's the customer to access motion graphics or the creatives. You know, there's a lot of people right now, a lot of students who see motion graphics, want to get involved, but really don't know how. And even if they do get involved, you know, they have to do a ton of stuff for free in order to build their portfolio. And we want to take that out of the equation. We want to make the curve from, you know, zero technical experience, zero animation experience to animation pro very simple, and you know, provide them all the resources they need along the way. And consistent workflow. So yeah, I think the long-term vision is really creating a lot of jobs for people who would not necessarily see this as a potential career.
You know, you have multiple projects to work on, I'm sure, weekly, monthly, all that stuff. So what goes into, with not just you, but your team in general, what goes into kind of getting that project started, the process? Just kind of take us through the process into getting it to a finished product.
Sure, I mean, the process, our app, it makes it very efficient. So the client just logs on to the website, they upload their logo, and then it starts a whole workflow behind the scenes. So our app facilitates the process. You know, we're not necessarily behind the scenes, you know, doing the work. We're more facilitating the process at this point.
You know, there's a lot of things you can do with the app, I'm sure, but what, in a nutshell, what problem is Lumigram solving in your own eyes?
The problem Lumigram is solving really is access to motion graphics, because the average business owner needs this kind of material on their social media if they want to compete. You know, the big brands, Nike, you know, all have motion graphics on their feeds, and the little local shoe shop isn't going to be able to compete unless they also have motion graphics on their feed. So we're really giving access to the average business owner who really may not even know what motion graphics means, letting them be able to upload their logo to our website and then, you know, receive an animated version of that logo back without much inefficiencies along the way. We're definitely, to begin with, the app is already very innovative, but you know, we're constantly seeking new technologies. Like for Thanksgiving, for example, we did this thing called Thanksgiving, and we created a lot of animated GIFs. And you know, people tweeted at us, and then we took their tweets into a program and automatically pumped out these videos. They were kind of like, you know, greeting cards, like we call them Lumo greetings, like seasonal winks. So you know, one of the things we're doing to stay ahead of the trends is utilizing these new technologies that allow you to, you know, batch animate all this stuff, so that you, the average consumer, can, you know, log into our website and input some information, and then get this like beautiful animated holiday card, greeting card, you can send to your family or friends. So, you know, not necessarily directly in what we do, but we're always trying to explore these new technologies to provide more value to the end user and stay ahead of the curve.
Why are GIFs so popular in your opinion?
You know, I think it's because our attention span is decreasing. You know, you look at Snapchat, that's like 10-second video, Vine is 6 seconds. You know, there's so many things pulling us, and you know, we like to say it's a sea of social mediocrity out there. So when you have something that's like looping and mesmerizing and visual, it just captivates you and it pulls you into that feed. And it's also almost becoming a necessity to have, you know, looping visuals. So you know, I think that's one of the reasons why GIFs are so powerful.
Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. Have a good day.